How's it going, Engearment folks? Kai here today, and as you can see, I'm going to be talking a bit about insulation, specifically Marmot's WarmCube Active Insulated PrimaLoft hoodie, and this is another of those Marmot layers that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Heard about them last spring, finally released, and whilst the weather might seem very warm right now, I have had a lot of opportunities to play around with this in Colorado's moody autumnal weather, so let's get into it. Marmot and PrimaLoft have had a lot of fantastic collaborations over the years. This season in particular has been full of them and super awesome. The WarmCube technology present in this jacket is available in all sorts of layers. They have hoodies like this one, they have vests, they have quarter zips, they have things without hoods, all sorts of things, and a lot of them feature this PrimaLoft Active Evolved fleece as well, which is super exciting. But we're going to be talking about this hoodie in particular today, and before we talk about all the cool features that have made me so excited about it this season, we're going to talk about sizing. I'm wearing a medium, and as you can see in the intro to the video, fits super well. Zip goes nice up to the chin. Hood is nice and on my head, not flapping around at all, which I'm a huge fan of. There's not too much space, but enough that if you want to put a few layers underneath this, you can. This is more of a mid to like closer to base layer. It is designed to be worn with either minimal, or honestly you could even wear it without anything, just as a skin layer. The PrimaLoft fleece is really nice and soft, and the actual shell material that is used on the inside of it and just on the outside as well is surprisingly more comfortable than I expected it to be. A lot of shells have that weird material scratchiness, just uncomfortableness next to skin. This feels a lot softer than a lot of those, so I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of materials. I would still wear this as a skin layer if I really needed to, which is super exciting. But we're gonna get this thing pulled off to talk a bit more about its featureability. Of course, it has a nice 3-panel hood, and like I said, that elasticated top helps keep it close to your face so it's not waving around in the wind too much when you're wearing it. This lovely Active Evolved PrimaLoft fleece on the inside, and then that fleece is also available throughout the entirety of the sleeves and the side paneling of the jacket, where it is better to have a bit more movement of air, but also helps reduce the material availability just in this jacket in general. But the real standout piece of this layer, in my opinion, is of course the WarmCube tech. Now, you probably see it a lot better on the back of this jacket than when I'm wearing it, but it is these strips of down insulation with a little bit of space in between each strip and in between each pocket of down as well. And what these are going to achieve a lot of things. The first off is, of course, it is down insulation. It's that nice 700 fill, so it's going to help insulate you, keep you warm. The space in between them all and underneath them is going to allow for the capture of warm air. It also means there's less material usage and down usage, which is really awesome. And then the fact that they're in little pockets means that you're not going to get cold spots like you do in a lot of down layers. They're going to loft a lot more efficiently than you find in a lot of down layers. And lofting is that process where an insulative material, typically down or a synthetic alternative, gets super compressed. So when you like squeeze it down, and then it takes a second to move back up to its fully like grown state. And when it is at that fully expanded state is when it is most effective. It is best at what it's doing. It's going to capture heat a lot more efficiently. And the fact that these are just little pockets means there's really not that much scrunch, which means they can expand out quicker. And like a lot of Marmot jackets, you can store the entire layer in its left pocket. There's a zipper on the inside of the zip as well, so you can tug it through there. There's a nice little tab that you can hang it off of. And this is one of the very few down layers that I would actually store in its compressed state, because it will loft so efficiently, because those little tiny pockets aren't going to get compressed or weird. There's no room for cold spots to be formed from the downshifting. So it is one of those few things that you can actually store like that, which is super exciting. It means it takes up less space in your closet. Always a fan of that. And then it's just really versatile as well. The actual shell material allows for a lot of wind permeability. It's about 30 CFM, which means that a lot of air can move through it, which whilst might seem a little counterintuitive for an insulated piece, it means that it is great for active endeavors, which is exactly what this is designed for. You're going to be able to get air moving through your system while you're in those high output activities, while the jacket still captures and maintains all that heat and warmth that you want it to. Now, as far as other little features go, fantastic pockets right here on the sides. It has a lovely little inside pocket underneath the down insulation, same as these. These are put in underneath the insulation on the inside of your chest on the right. And then one of my favorite things about this jacket is even when it's zipped up, you have access to a chest pocket on the left. And this is, again, still underneath the down, so if you're storing your phone or something in here, it has a bit of protection to keep it a bit warmer, so the electronic doesn't get super cold, but it's still accessible while it's zipped up, which I'm so stoked for. It's one of those just little attentions to detail that will help you stay warm, keep you from having to deal with any of that little cold breeze that you get when you open up your jacket to pull out a phone. I'm super stoked about that, especially moving into ski season. But what is this designed for? Like its name would suggest, it is an active hoodie. It is designed to be used on high output days, but it also works as a really multifunctional piece. It looks great. You can wear it to like opera or just out in the town if you need something a bit warmer to toss on, help keep you insulated while you're walking around. But it will also perform at a super high level, whether that's on your winter runs or out in backcountry skiing or hitting the slopes, whatever that might be. This is going to perform really well. It will help move air through you, but it will also help keep you warm, which I'm super stoked about. And it's just so awesome to see a layer this lightweight having as much performance as it does. The other great things about it are, of course, PrimaLoft is still warm when it's wet, which is super exciting. A lot of insulations aren't always that. The sleeves and the siding will still perform, and then whilst the down will still act like down does when it is wet, it is treated with Down Defender, so it'll have a bit of resistance to that, which whether you're sweating into it or you get caught out in some wet or snow or rain or whatever it might be, it's still going to hold up for a bit and perform longer than other down jackets prior to this have, which is super exciting. But all in all, if you are looking for an insulative piece that is fantastic for high output activities, not just a cocoon you can wrap yourself in to keep warmth trapped that you will inevitably outsweat and overheat in, this is exactly what you want. It will let you move and sweat and work up heat while not making you overheat. And it is just, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to bring this into ski season. And if you are looking for something similar, Marmot and PrimaLoft is the places you should be checking out.